welcome to Faith Clinic. Late start, my fault, 4:05, right? So, um, I got off from Burbank Boulevard 4:05 to rest, just take a break right from driving, and then I lost my way, and I ended up in 101 coming this way. Because my navigator connection, internet was just went off. So I went through Hollywood and just came down. The old school way to the mountain. So sorry I'm late, but we're in for the reason you like this format, like you were saying earlier, is because it's not really interactive, but it's not so yeah, that looks good. It's interactive, but also we can tackle issues that are already in front of us, as opposed to ignoring them to next Sunday, right? And that's the idea of Faith Clinic. The idea is really to not about topics, but to deal with the issues that are on the ground that we're dealing with every single day. I went to the mall yesterday. When was the last time I went to the mall? I don't go to the mall often, but I went to the mall yesterday, and I saw these shoes by Puma. It's called I Hustle by Nipsey. It's really cool to see that in the store, the marathon. I took pictures and put it on my Instagram. So. I was happy to see that, and I also saw a big poster of this marathon continues with his mom's face on Slauson. I took a picture of that billboard a few weeks ago. But to see the actual shoes by Puma in the store. But anyway, my question is, when was the last time you guys went to the mall?
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah, we went to movies.
Wow, I haven't been in like years.
That was a mall. But that's a mall though.
You just went to the mall right now? I haven't been in like a year or two. It was cool to go to Aldo and see what they have and just squeeze my credit card real tight, make sure it doesn't bleed, But yeah, I think that there's so many nice things in the mall. It's incredible why you could live. I don't think it's possible to be broke in California. If you live in broke lifestyle in California, you would die not being able to enjoy just very few things that the state has to offer. Style-wise, trend-wise, it's just so much to keep up with, And so I'm glad you guys go. You go all the time. I don't, but it was fun to walk around and see many things that were really special, And there's so much competition also. We live in a state where all these brands are competing with each other, and they have so much good stuff. So you have to choose, which one you want to go for. But anyway, the idea of love, this language, God's love language, is that touching me? It's not hitting up. So it was going. Is it going that way? Is it? I think we should set it up so. Yeah. So turn that whole body. Turn the whole body. Turn it. No, yeah. I should notice that heat. So she screamed. She screamed for it. So this love language, right? The concept is that the way you love yourself is not the way Tammy loves herself. So she has things that she likes to do for herself. And if you're her partner, you should do those things for her in her way, right? The one example I had that was really interesting. Maybe 15 years ago, I had a girlfriend, actually more than 20, close to 20. Because the first time I came to the States, she tried to marry me ASAP. I was like, hold up, the 25 girls in LA, hold up. So anyway, I was dating this girl, and I came to her mom's house. It was a weekend, like a Sunday afternoon. And I went in and I washed her mom's car, I washed her car. And I washed her dad's car too, right? I mean, real quick, like, so. And I just bounced. And on Sunday, I didn't do anything with her. I just came to wash the car, and I left. So Monday afternoon, I get someone to the house, and she's mad that I came to the house and didn't talk to her. I said, but baby, I came to wash the car. It's Monday, we have nothing. Saturday we're grooming, Sunday, I don't do, So she was like, no, I don't like that. I just hate the fact that you came to the house and didn't say hi. So, you see what I'm saying? My language was to get the cat to lead and bounce. Her language, I don't care about the cat, come say hi. So two different paths. Same love, but just two different pathways. So that's the thing that describes the differences between us and our partners. In this case, God is our partner. And they're saying, how do you treat him like you've researched him? Because you didn't learn that long. I learned it from Pastor because I had to learn how to put myself in her shoes. She doesn't need the gifts as such, right? She just needs the encouragement, the more cerebral, like she wants to know that that she's in your heart. She prefers that than, Bank of America being in my heart, or Merrill Lynch, or Coinbase, or crypto being in my heart. She prefers to have a residence there than all these other things. So, you know what I'm saying? So, Mercedes-Benz, the pastor said to me, Frank, your wife has not even carried 6 weeks. What's up with that? We can tell, we can see from that she's not been in this car for more than once. So, you doing that is not the love language she wants, you know what I'm saying? So the bigger question becomes, how do you study God enough and be intimate with him enough to know what he likes and doesn't like? See, that's really what the question is. This week's question for the theme, that's really what it is, these answers, like Pastor was saying Sunday, everyone is different. Love is the key, right? But I feel like love is too porous. I feel like we use the word too much. And so, what kind of love are you talking about? So, how much? Because there was the way a fetish man loves God is different from the way I love him. It's a fetish man that doesn't believe in Jesus, believes in the devil, still believes in God, and does love God a certain way. Because God makes all those things happen for him. God can cause thunder to come down and kill somebody. Like God does those things for him too, even though he doesn't understand a Christian, he doesn't like Christ. You see it? I know Muslims that don't like Christ, but God does heavy stuff. Allah comes down and drops that Bentley. You know what I'm saying? So our pathway as Christians is Christ. So it's peculiar because you don't really have to love God, but you have to love him through Christ. And so you can't do one without the other. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of understand how that works. Real quick, after I ask a question, something to do with a number. Somebody called me today. I thought it was that, but it wasn't. It was a 702 number. I answered, but nothing happened, like in the connection. So I'll ask you about it later.
Okay.
What number I should expect.
Okay.
All right. So my question is this: if you know that you have some level of interaction with God, at this point we should have some level of interaction because we ask God for stuff all the time. But what do you think is the one thing you can do for him that will expedite what he's supposed to do for you? I'm coming from a one's perspective, not love. Like I need something. We all need something from God. What can you do to inspire him to move faster? That's good.
You're the person that taught me that, Christ, God is like the biggest businessman of all businessmen. So if he's in that way and you need something from him, you tell him, like, okay, I'm looking to do, let's say a new job. Like, if you give me this job, this particular role, I'll be making X amount. Maybe I will tithe even more on top of it, or like give him something that will incentivize his kingdom, that he'll be like, all right, let me bless her. And so I like to negotiate with God a lot. Because you taught me how to do something, it's been working.
So, but I have another question. I just had another question. Remove the money, right? Remove the money. I prefer the part where you said you could do something else for him as opposed to give him money, right? This is good money.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you give him this food, you might get pregnant. If you give all this money, whatever that touches the heart, he hears that, he hears that more.
Yeah.
So the question is, we should have a plethora of things that we can pick out from every time we want God to activate this is now. Like generally, right, that list should be long. You know why? Because that's a list that makes you move faster. So therefore, the list that you draw mentally because he's the spirit. He ain't pleasing with flesh. He ain't pleasing with money. All those things are pleasing. It's spiritual things that pleasing. But the Bible tells us in Hebrews 6 that it's really faith. So like it's almost like daring someone, like being in a dare space, right? So God says to Obi, I dare you to buy this lady a car. So she's doing that out of faith. So it's almost, so I'm buying for this woman so I can marry her. So it's like, but God will dare you. So I dare you, God, to bless me with this house of Vegas if I feed the homeless for 6 months. You know, so you just find a way to eat. It may not cost you a lot to feed the homeless. I guess you $20 a month. But the fact that you set up a deal with it and say, God, it's counting down. It's 4. It's almost 5.
No more weeks left.
Yeah, it's like setting up a covenant.
You force his hand. You force it. I write up like, God, this is November. 1 more month left. You don't need permission. Let me remind you that you're God. You don't need permission to relax. You don't need permission to speak to Bank of America. It's nothing. Like when you destroy them on tomorrow, you didn't look at any companies. You can destroy other people. So therefore, if you're that God from way back, you don't ever change. You better not change my situation. Because I came through for you, so you gotta come through twice. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question.
Yes.
Well, what happens when it doesn't? Not to say that you can't do it,
Yes.
but what happens when?
It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens. In fact, oftentimes it happens.
Yeah, I do it now.
Here's the thing. There's no shame in saying that God doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you know he doesn't.
You know what? You know why he doesn't do it? Because he may have done it, but spiritual is spiritual.
Yeah.
Remember how King of Persia had done it?
Yeah.
He answered prayer already. He said, listen, I think it's a long time ago. But the physical things you look for, that's causing it to be delayed. So that delay could be you kissing this dude. It could be you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's always around us. It's never him. Because the word never goes back. So it's been fulfilled, but it may not be apparent. I always tell God, listen, I don't need the blessings to just come. I need to be here so that everyone can see the time. Frank, you're blessed. It's not just for me. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I need God to know that I know He can do it. But it's not just for me. I need everyone else to see that He's blessed me.
Exactly.
It's not enough for me to know it in my head and walk around with it hidden.
Yeah.
Yes, I need the blessing to be apparent. So it's like, where they go to? Like where they worship? Which God is this? So there's a guy that is that chapel. I don't want to say his name, but he has like the best cars. Like when you're complaining about one car he has, he buys another one that's better. And then somebody told me, Frank, this guy has air suspension. You need to test that. Did you see that? It's so bad. I'm telling you, it's a truck. It's a truck. And he told me, Frank, it has air suspension. That means it bounces like a plane. It's almost like a pea. It's so soft. We are driving this, it's like an airplane, man. There's no bump on the road.
Is this the one with the wings come up like that?
That's the one. That's the one. And you know what? There's a guy also there's 3 in that chapel. One guy has a white one guy has a black one, and he has a navy blue one. The guy that has a white one is so good. But this blue one next to it,
It's better.
it hurts. It just hurts. So when that shit came out, we're laughing about it. And I concluded, I said to him, we don't have the same God. I know we have the same guy, but God doesn't answer me the way He answers you. So something's going down.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that. That's what we're talking about. I want to talk about tennis. Let's talk about the paper. Let's talk about the paper that's coming through your hand. But I think there was a time about 2 years ago he told me he was into stocks. So I think that money's coming from stocks. It's not from his job. Because his job haters will cut his leg off. Like it's just beyond the CEO's car. So, but why I said this is because God's blessing can be apparent also in your life. It can be real, like So and so. What's up, man? How you doing? So basically, I think that when I don't want us to colonize God, but what Abby, I want to answer Obi's question. Yeah, sweet here. So Obi's question is very important because it will happen. It will happen, right? So I like to break it down to phases. Right? So one, he didn't answer you on time. Right? This manifestation, this answer didn't come to you on time. Yes. But is there something else that you're not seeing? Because, I was listening to Kevin Gates and he said, I know, hey man, this is all stars. I'm listening to Kevin Gates, he said, your isolation would create your elevation. So if you separate yourself from BS and go into isolation sometimes, that would breed your elevation. Yeah, although he's a rapper, he drops some heavy knowledge, which if I've heard it before, I won't talk about it in church. If it's brand new, I'll talk about it because I need people to learn from the expanse of his mind. So because philosophers make us learn how to think. Says the man thinketh, so he is. So we must learn, as creatures in this world, we must learn how to activate thinking. Well, like there is a process for activating thinking. I begin to, put my life into compartments. So I understand where the problems come from. You see, when I used to teach at Locke High School, right, I used to fight students all the time. I used to punch students, there were LAPD everywhere. I used to fight every day, every single day I used to fight in high school, at Locke High School. So, because they're gangster, I'm gangster. So where I'm going to teach you algebra, I do have the degree, but if you slap me, I'll slap you and your parents. That's the issue, that's the problem. So, yeah, for sure, it's going to go down. And I'll tell the cops, listen, I came here to teach. I'm not a BITCH. So if you don't want us to learn, then we're going to go crazy. We're going to go ham, for real. So African style, so they always knew that. So my teacher, my head principal called me one time. Mr. Yet. This is me, Mr. Senator. I have 150 teachers in this campus. And every teacher has a classroom, right? If all of them came to me with fights, I'll have 150 fights to deal with. The reason we pay you 60 grand a year is so that you can maintain your classroom. And I don't hear the sound coming from there. You can have WWE, that's your problem. I just don't need it to come to main office. Keep the LAPD with you in your class. They can sort it out. I don't need the paperwork in my office. You get it? You see, so that's not I didn't say don't fight. Because if they slap me, I'll slap them too. So the issue is keep the fight in that classroom. That's what I'm paying you to do. So the way I see it is when I see problems in the departments in my life, if there are issues in any department, I need to go quench the fire quick. Because it can affect everything else. Right? When the kids are home all playing, we play rough. Plus I doesn't stop us. Once I want to play, we go crazy. Right? But when I want to work, I have to isolate myself immediately. And that might mean sending somebody outside to the field to go play. Because I got to take some calls, and those calls cannot be sent or nothing. So everything in your life is always happening. But Obi, if God doesn't answer you somewhere, always look around. There's somewhere else He's working. If you think He's not answering you here,
That's good.
yeah, if you pay attention, you'll see that He's delaying that one so you can fix this one first. When you want to build a house, right, and you're with a lot of experts, in my mind, I have 6 months at a budget. In their mind, they're looking at the weather and the speed at which cement can dry. I have a totally different timeline that's not even human. They're looking at weather, atmosphere, speed of drying. They're concerned about cost of materials. While I'm saying I want this done quickly, cost of steel could go up. Cost of gas, exterior power sources, exterior and off the grid. They're thinking about more economics than I am. So, as I'm praying to God, I need to know the full scope of this project from the mind of the man that will build a house, not from my perspective. You see how it is? Because if you say you want a job, right, with the bank, let's say you want a job with the bank right now, and The job requires 1 month of preparation on board, you know that you might get a chance on the job. It's important to know what it takes to get that job. So when God does something, you will know if it's good or not. You have to be able to review God. Say, Father in heaven, this week you didn't do because it's obvious that this did not. No, for real, I'm being real, right? Some guys, yeah. So that's see, I have to come to Him with my own limited understanding. I'm not God, so I have to come to Him with my own BS, and then He will correct me along the way. I'm saying that's what angels are there for. Okay, tell Frank. I won't call him stupid because he has a point. You see, I just don't know what happens in heaven. I know I did my part. You haven't done my part. Your part. So I just need to know what's going to happen. That's all. I'm not fighting anything. I know you're living important to me, President. I know you have the power to change all things, and that's why I expect you should deliver on time. And the people I need to kill, let me know. Because I'm on with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, think about it. If America, right? See, when I was a kid, about 18, right? This lady told me, she told me, Frank, if somebody steals from you, it's stealing from your kids. It's stealing from you being able to pay rent. You might be evicted if you don't have enough money to pay your rent. Only because this person did something to you over there. So you should not have a problem wasting their life. I'm not saying literally, but what I mean is America doesn't negotiate with terrorists. Why is that? Because we're a country of peace, but we're also brave, right? So if you mess, we're not going to preempt anything, but expect that when you do, we will return fire, a lot of fire, right? To where I heard that the guys that bombed Nagasaki and Hiroshima, they came back and did suicide. The 2 Americans that bombed Japan came back and killed themselves. You didn't hear that? Because the damage they did was too much for them to bear. They bombed them so much. And Japan actually begged him to be bombed. Because when they hit Hawaii, Pearl Harbor, they knew the return thing was coming. But they begged and surrendered. But America said, no, you gotta get a taste. Yeah, you gotta get a taste of it, you gotta get a taste of the action. Because it's an example, it showed an example, so the rest of the world can kind of. But also said, the treaty, that no one can attack Japan. America said that no one else should touch Japan. So now you can't fight Japan. By the time you raise your hand to Japan, you're dead. Because America said that's our baby. So you can't touch Japan. I'm thinking of the text there. I think him to that. So I think that if you think clearly about what you're asking God for, if it's good for you and in alignment to His will, He will do it. Yes.
So what if God is ready to do whatever you ask, or ready to take you to the next level? How do you prepare yourself so you can be ready with Him, so He can elevate you? That's my.
Gabby.
She's like, I don't know. I'm serious.
But that's a really
No,
good
that's my
question.
issue, because I know
That's
God
my
is
issue
ready.
too.
So how can I be prepare myself to? So things gotta move.
That's
Like,
where I lack at.
Yeah. So what you want me to do?
What was the question again?
So okay, so you know for sure that God is ready to take you to the new level, to take you to the level that you've been wanting. But so what do you need to do to prepare yourself so you can be ready along the way, so He can elevate you to the new level that you deserve to be?
That He told you.
Yeah.
Just do the work. What's she gonna say?
Right. You already know.
I already know. You gotta just do it.
I guess to prepare yourself, you gotta get up. You gotta sit up. And because how do you know God is ready to prepare you to another level? Did He tell you?
Yeah, what if like you had like a prophet, somebody like told you specifically hear from God say, I am ready, you know, to take you to your next level. Are you ready? So what do I need to do to be ready? Like, you know, saying I've been praying, you've been asking the Holy Spirit to lead you, but you still kind of like confused, like, okay, what do I need to do? Like, Holy Spirit, A and B, like, help me to prepare so I can be ready to move to that new level. Does it make sense?
Yes, I think it makes sense, but I hear what you and I think you kind of have to just. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to do it, and let me tell you why. When I was getting ready to, I received a prophecy that I'm going to nursing school or I'm going to enter the healthcare field.
Okay.
But it was something I was running away from. So then, when I received the prophecy, I was like, well, where do I even start? I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to. So I Googled. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Research.
Yeah.
You can't be asking, oh, the Holy Spirit, oh, God, and blah, blah, but you still live on earth.
Yeah.
So guess what? You got to research stuff on earth. You get what I'm saying? So I researched it, and anatomy and physiology classes, a lot of community colleges don't do it together anymore. But when I researched it, guess what? Southwest was still doing it. Literally, as I walked out of like the orientation, Southwest was doing it, and I was like, okay, let me just apply. And I think it was only like 2 more seats left. So exactly. So to me, it was like, okay, maybe God wasn't lying. Maybe I'm supposed to. Maybe I'm supposed to be in the healthcare field, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm so busy trying to figure out, like how do I prepare, that I didn't even research, then I would have missed it.
Yeah. So like, my thing with that is like, but when you don't have the direction exactly like what he's trying to elevate you, like you know.
You
so
kind of,
like,
Sister Nicolette,
you know,
you gotta sit down and take a deep breath because let me put the mic down because I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Now personal, you're everywhere, so you don't really know what to do, right? So you kind of sit down and make a list, and then start from there. You like start from number 1. Because once you're everywhere and trying to do everything and this and that, God is talking to you, but you can't even hear him. You know why? Because now you like, oh, what should I? Oh, but God, where are you? Oh my God, God, you're ready, but I'm not ready.
yeah.
You don't need to have a list to start off with.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I guess what my problem is like, okay, I'm in school, you know what I'm saying, which I've been doing. I'm in health fair, healthcare. I'm planning to graduate this December. I was doing IT. I have my certificate in IT network engineer. You know what I'm saying? I went through the process. I know it was, God, because it was just like the way everything was, through the process. I had my IT for 2 years, been looking for a job, no job, And then I even had a prophecy before, like, where God is like, my IT certificate is expiring next year, where he was like, he still wants me to go ahead and take the license regardless, you know what I'm saying? But granted, I was working in the health field. I came here, I have to transfer my license. So it's like, okay, I understand you're ready, but like just direct me, like give me like a path. Like you already know that I'm doing all this. You have already directed me to like have all this different revenue. Just like how you say all the door is open. If I don't go for it, it's because I don't want to. But what door do you want me to like work open, make a way so I can go through that door?
Yeah, but you kind of just gotta go through a door, is what I'm trying to tell you. Just step into any door that you get what I'm saying, because you can't keep sitting there and waiting like, oh God, you're talking, but I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be waiting for me.
Yeah, but the thing is like I'm applying for health field, I'm applying for CNA, I'm applying everywhere. It's like, but
you got a prophecy for IT, right?
I've been applying for IT to redo my certificate next year. But at the same time, I remember you even prophesied me for healthcare administration, and that's what my major is, health service management. So it's like, I need a job. It goes somewhere, I'm applying, so it's like, I know you're ready, but it's like, yeah.
Thank you guys for letting me be in your midst. So, for me, in situations like that, what I would do, having invested all my energy, time, going here and there, I would fast. You don't need a special kind of key to talk to him directly. You have to start by believing that he knows you are in existence. You have to start by believing that he knew that that day will come. And you have to start by believing that whatever he says he will do, he will do. There comes your faith. So when your faith is with you, all you need to do is fight. How do you fight? Kneel down. Tell him down, no, I don't want to wait no more. I have no right to tell you when. But see, I'm tired of being confused. As a father, you can talk to me. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I have chosen for you to talk to me. And then, for me, literally, I come out like, I'm pitiful. I know I'm useless, but just don't keep me away. I'm here in my tears. Speak to me. I can go like 4 days fasting, not like not drink water and stuff. I drink water and all that. But when I'm determined, when you're determined, and you know the person you're speaking to, and you believe that he's in existence, and you know he can hear you, you will not give up until he speaks to you, either in your dream. Sometimes he even talks to you, talk to us, but we don't pay attention. Sometimes he tells you, but you don't get the message. So that's why sometimes it's good to come closer to the church, where a person that is way much higher can explain to you what is going on. So, but in a situation where you've been given a message that this is coming your way, I'm not playing. Giving me that message is is an activator, like it will activate me quickly to like, okay, this is it. If there's a delay, personally I will feel like, okay, my village people. You know?
Yeah, I definitely, yeah.
I will start. So the answer for me is throw the confusion out of the way. Go into, if there's any psalm that is your favorite, use it. If you know, it's a question, that's how I ask. If you know I am existing, if you are aware of me being here, I want to hear from you. And there is no time. Cry if you have to. Break your TV if you have to. I pray violently.
I don't know about that, but I definitely been crying. I definitely been like a battle. It been like,
on the process, if you happen to see like beggars, because some things help you clear your heart. If you happen to see like beggars, kids that you can help, you do 1 or 2 with kids, he will speak. He will speak. Praise the Lord.
No, I definitely agree. Thank you for the word. And that, and that's what, I've been doing, because generally, like, I'm a generous person. And no matter what I'm going through, like, I'm gratitude. I have so much gratitude for what God is doing. So even when I see somebody, like, in need, even though, like, I know, like, my own situation, but I will help, you know what I mean? But I just, like, so that's been kind of, like, my whole, like, battle and really being intense. And I'm like, I'm intimate. I want you. I'm thirsty for, I'm hungry for you. So I've been really, like, trying to connect with God. But I know within time, he will.
If not, you just kind of be everywhere. And then when you're everywhere, you have information like from, oh, you want to open a business. Oh, but you're in school. Oh, but you got to take care of these kids. And guess what? All of that information is coming right to you. But once you have that list and then you space it, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, you tailor the prayers towards.
Yeah.
In business, it's amazing how one item could be the thing that takes up everything else away. But especially if you do you sell products, you do you sell, you do different things that you do. Oh, that's not. So, especially when you have a situation where you're doing several things, it makes sense to reduce them to 2 or 3. Because it takes one moisturizer in her store could be the thing that blows up, and she'll stop doing hair. You get it? Because she has an audience, millions of people watching her. So it takes one product to take off. I know a lady that sells tea bags in the Etsy. Etsy. Half a grand, 1 million a year, $500,000 a year. Selling just tea. But she's a model. She can do this, she can do that. But tea is supposed to blow up. Stick with the tea. You know, so I'm setting up different things for God. I'm saying, God, push anyone. I'm ready to pimp anyone here. Let's push it in this project. So,
don't forget,
yes.
you gotta take it by force.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's not always about staying there and crying. Because you'll be crying for a long time.
Yeah, victim moment.
I'm serious.
The victim
I'm speaking
moment.
from experience. You'll be crying for a long time.
Yeah.
But that's the Bible, take it by force.
Mhm.
You gotta take it. Unless, once you start crying, the devil will give you other things to start crying about. You get what I'm saying?
I
So
mean,
you
it's like,
can't allow that.
the more like it's crying is not like, you know what I'm saying, like the situation, because no matter what, like, you know what I'm saying, I am taking my situation, trying to have a better outlook. Granted, I don't have a stable job. I'm doing my DoorDash, I'm hustle, I'm going out there, I'm making money, I'm doing what I need, and with God's help, I have, you know, He put people in my life where social services are assisting me, which I'm blessed. But in the same time, it's like, you know what I'm saying, like, Lord, you know, made all this promise to me. You said all this, you know what I'm saying? And I've been patient in waiting. It's like, how long? You understand what I mean? And I think that's what Sister Obi is like, you know what I'm saying? You said it's like, how long do I have to wait? Like, you know, you said you're ready. So it's like, I believe I'm ready, like, too, but it's like, when this is gonna manifest, like, let me start enjoying, like, you know, so your reward.
Okay, I know Aisha is about to say something. But before she does, she's deep in thought. So here's the, I've realized that unless I announce myself, God will not announce me in time. I need to announce myself first, and then He'll see where I'm going, and then He'll support what I'm doing. Right? So, you know what I'm saying? So when you think about it, you know, Lavette has announced herself online, right? And if you look at social media, you see that it's growing rapidly. Because you have to choose a path for God to push. If you don't announce yourself in an area, you won't push anything. So give me what you have and I'll expand it. Expand the gifts of your hands. Says somebody.
How long you gonna expand? What time you gonna expand it? Because I'm looking at my phone right now.
And then, like, it's more
To expand.
Right. So you gotta ask yourself, what are you doing that
Ask
see,
again,
okay,
Pastor
see,
Frank. I said, ask again, Pastor.
no, here's the thing. You know, what I'm saying is this, right? I have a lady in Canada working on my Instagram now, right? And she's having conversations and growing my Instagram organically. Now, that's what they call it. That's what they call it. It's like $230 a month. Was it?
What?
$230 a month.
Is what you're paying her?
Yes.
To grow
Yeah,
organically?
organically. So here's the thing. Here's the
You
thing.
gotta spend money to make money.
This is my first month. This is my first month, right? I'm seeing many conversations, an increase, steady increase, about 5 a day, 5 a day, 5 a day. Now, it's slow to me, but these people would never go away. I can buy 10,000 followers tomorrow. I can go, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I can do it. But the thing is, you want, you know what I'm saying? You want that organic flow. And so, with someone like you, Lovette, that has 600,000 views on some of your things, right? I was telling my wife that you gotta go check it out. Yeah, views. Yeah, for real.
I seen it. I follow her. You can't.
But she's consistent.
Yes.
You can have it. We all can have it. I don't do anything special apart from bread. Yeah.
It's the OB.
It's nothing special. You can have it. The issue. Okay.
No. Keep telling. That's keep from now on. Keep telling.
The issue. Okay. This is what you're doing. You like to do this. Is this what you're doing right now? Call him. Make him your only business partner.
No, okay. You see what you said right there? I have
And
gotten
then when
married.
I say these things, I need you to look into my eyes when I say it, because it's coming from my soul. Make him your only business partner. God, what do we do with this braiding hair? How far do we go with this? I'm in a land where I know nobody. Braiding hair, you have to be the manager. When I start braiding, let me be the vessel. Father, do some magic. Sometimes in my crazy time when they come, I start dancing in a way that doesn't please God.
Amen.
I'm here for it. Because it brings people.
But you know, by the grace of God, when I get myself, I'll go back. I might be braiding and I'll be saying "Sam" in my brain.
Let me get you.
And then sometimes, as I'm braiding, I'm telling God, I want so view. You know, in my mind.
Yeah, amen.
And I'm saying a prayer in my mind, and the client is telling me something else, and I'm saying, wow, then I'm praying. You understand?
Yes.
So, make him your only business partner. That contact. I'm not saying those who don't worship God don't make views and all that, but it's good to stand somewhere so that if you know where you're standing, when the wind comes, it won't blow you away. If you're just not standing anywhere, when the wind comes, it's just going to be like a dry leaf, wherever the wind takes me, good or bad. So if you know that he's your only business partner, if the wind comes, what you have to do is run into your closet and be like, it's here again. Temptations will always come. Nothing good comes easy. When they say something is coming for you, it's not like today, yesterday, now. If I am looking for a husband and I'm not educated and I want a very classy and educated man, if they tell me I'm going to marry a rich man, I'm going to sit back and be like, what would a rich man require in a woman? I don't want to marry a rich man that I will marry because the person just wants somebody she has no voice. What do I become to qualify as a rich man's wife? Okay. Just braiding hair. They might not, if he's a pilot, he might not like me. Okay, let me quickly add makeup, professional, something school to it. You know, just to put. Thank you. So what I'm saying is working so hard towards where you're going. If they say I'm going to be a nurse or RN, I'm going to make so much money in medical field and I'm still in CNA. Once I hear the message, you know what the message tells me? Stop being a CNA. It's time to continue schooling. Fire. Because this is the route that God has said you should follow. Oh, wow, I'm in my route. Let's work more towards it. And when it will come, you will be smiling. Like, I got this message 7 years ago. And it's happening today. Because peace of mind is unnegotiable. Sometimes the things that you get so fast, they can go so fast. But when you put in long time, you know, when it comes, because the blessings of God, they last forever.
Thank you. Hey, hold on. Hold it tight. So you were saying something, Chloe.
Hello. I mean, she kind of.
Well, you had a strong view though.
I did. I really did.
About that success not coming quick enough.
Yes.
And you know, I call a little bit of year or so was negative. Now here's the, it's okay to be evicted, but you need to be a victor to win.
Yes.
You have to switch that mindset. That's what I said Sunday. You know, yeah, you have to okay, I know this is not working. Applications are not working. This is not working. Nothing happened, not working. But the people that have the information, I'll give you some IT information I got from Wami Daddy. I'll give it to you because I went to that show. There's an IT company there, vendors, and their orientation starts on the 25th of June. So I'll give you the information now, like as soon as I get my phone off the line, I'll give it to you. They're a big IT company, but they're owned by actors, not the Hollywood actors. They're based in Houston, Texas. They have a big company and they teach everything from AWS to cloud networking. They do everything, Microsoft Certified Engineering. They do all that. So you need to connect with them. So if your IT is your thing, like I said, like she said, one door. They're actors. These guys are actors and actresses. But IT pays them a lot of money. So they're using the money to make movies. But they're making 130 grand a year, 150 grand a year. So and it's easy for them, all right? And they're studying this and they're showing me the show. So they were there and I met them. So I'll give you the information. Orientation 25th. It takes 4 months. 4 months to get the certifications. It takes 4 months to prep for a job. And once you get the job, Bob's your uncle. That's what they say. Bob's your uncle. Okay, so I understand the negative talk. I do get that, and that happens to me all the time. But IJ tries to put me in check, and every now and again, you can't talk like this if you need to get this. For instance, I called the big hotel this morning. It's all truth to the advertisement to them. And one lady finally said, you know what? Let me hear what you want to do with the W hotel in Hollywood. Tell me quietly. Let me take some notes. And I told her my vision. Why is that? Well, God showed me exactly what to do with the AFA next year. He showed me Steve Harvey on stage outside Hollywood and Highland with a crowd sitting in line. He wants the show to be outdoors. Now I can disrespect and you do what else. I can what makes sense, you know what I'm saying? But I realize that God is crazy. I do what he says. I like to conform to the rules of the city. But he says do it outside. I'm gonna call everybody and say I want to do this outside. When I started doing that, I found many guys that want to do it outside too. That are location scouts in Hollywood. They give me so much information about doing it outside. There's a parking lot opposite Highland, Hollywood and Taft. It's Hollywood, no cashier is. On Vine, Hollywood and Vine, and Hollywood Boulevard, and Vine. Katsu is right there. And across the street, there's a parking lot that's empty. And they say you can do it there for $4 grand. You can rent the space. So everyone is now hitting me up with all the empty space around Hollywood. Only because I follow what God said. At first, it sounds crazy. There's a time I did a show, God said, charge tickets, 200,000. I told God, no way. I told him, no way, God. And I charged $100, right? And the mayor came to that show. One guy came from Vegas and said, I have for $149 million I want to give to you. But your chef is cheap. Yeah, he said to me, he says, I came from Vegas for this show. I had big things about it. But now that I'm here, I didn't like it's cheap. Now, I should listen to God, put the ticket at 200,000. I'm not expecting God to pay 200 grand. But he said, put it at that price. For a reason. I'm not doing what he said because the number is too high. Eventbrite 200,000. They might even cancel my account. So, but God doesn't care. Yeah, but exactly. My vision was not there yet. So I'm learning now. I made some phenomenal mistakes. So now, whatever God says, I just do it. Even if I look insane. I don't care. Because he's the one that's insane. You got to do what he said to me. So that's what I just, so that's why you should, first of all, remove the mindset of feeling like you're not going nowhere. You are going somewhere, right? That's the truth. Every time you wake up in this world, you have life, you're going somewhere. It just takes time to get it right. And, may God help you in Jesus' name. So, what else are we doing? Yeah, actually, yes, that's right. Drop that line. Drop that pain from Alex and Kulo. So, are you doing well enough to continue? Or do you think you should change direction?
Sometimes I feel like I need to change directions, but
Not retail, but wholesale, or doing shows?
Nobody really knows, but yeah, I mean over here, but
Yeah.
it's not that I'm leaving retail,
Yes.
but I am stepping into two different fashion lanes that are not parallel. If you guys understand that, like one is like thrifting and vintage, right? Like I'm gonna open my own thrift store because I already have the merchandise to
Okay.
sell, right?
Yeah, okay.
And not only that, I was telling the girls that my landlord said, "Do you want to open the building next door?" Just out of the blue, she called me like, "Don't you want to rent the next spot?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do. I need it."
Right.
So I'm going to take that spot, but I'm in the process of starting my own clothing line.
Right.
But when it comes to the clothing line, I've been in the fashion industry for so long, where I've done countlessly. I can count on my fingers and everybody's hands and toes how many fashion shows I've done. But it's almost like it's not going. Not that it's not going anywhere, but it's like when she said, "Where do I start?" So where is my manufacturer? Where is the count? How do I buy this? How do I do this? Like, I understood where she was coming from because the directions,
Right.
you can get caught up in that.
Yes.
Like, I want God to tell me, make a right, make a left, it's her.
Yes.
That's the kind of direction that I need.
Yes.
Everybody else may not need that, but I'm a visual audio learner. Like, I need you to tell me, no, don't go there because she may rip you off. Because I've been ripped off before. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that is where my frustration comes in at. I need that.
Yeah, let me tell you this story. let me tell you this.
Like living in heaven.
I was about to
It
tell
is.
you, if you keep waiting on God to tell you, oh no, make a left, oh no, you gotta make, oh no, it's her in the blue shirt and the white shorts that you're gonna meet tomorrow. Because guess what?
I know.
It's not practical.
It's not
And let me
practical.
tell you why it's not practical. Because then when he don't tell you to go right, you're like, God, you don't love me no more.
Right.
So what are you supposed to do?
What do you mean? What are you supposed? But you gotta work.
Yeah, you gotta do work.
You can't.
But if
It's not some magical thing
But
that we're
what if
thinking
you don't know
of.
where you're gonna start off? At least give me a
Yeah, that's-
push.
yeah.
Like what, you know what I'm saying? Like give me like, oh, okay, here you
Yes,
go. You know what I mean?
that's
Then I
what
know
she's-
to continue to like along the way you
Exactly.
can continue to guide
Show
me.
me
But
that you're
if I
going down
don't
the
know-
right path.
Thank you.
I understand that, right? But I just want to say something. That's right. And I'm saying this because, and I guess it's because like I hear from God, right?
Yeah.
And you work
So,
with hers. So
right.
You gotta
I'm not just talking about her, right?
Right.
But I'm saying it's because I hear from God. It's not some magical thing like these fairy tale TV shows.
Right.
No, that's not how it is. It's not how it works. You literally have to work
Yeah.
to. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Because you can't wake up and God is gonna say, oh yes, you're gonna meet a girl in a black shirt with a purple flower on the shirt and with some yellow jeans on.
Right.
No. No. That's what you gotta work.
I feel like
And then you gotta wake up and say, okay, I'm gonna go to somebody today. I'm gonna go to downtown today if I'm looking for an item, and I'm gonna speak to everybody that I can. And God, you're gonna be with me. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
Do you see the difference? You
You
wake
own.
up and you're like, okay, God. Okay, a girl with a black shirt and purple flowers. Okay, and then no, okay, God, I'm gonna wake up today and I'm gonna speak to everybody that I can, and you're gonna guide me. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
You're building up your relationship, and then you're building up your faith
Yes.
with the latter. But with the first one, you think it's some magical thing that's
No,
gonna.
I think it's not in that aspect.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
like
think it's
even before,
magical.
like like you say, okay, to go and speak to, like, you know what I'm saying. But like, what if you don't even know like who to speak to and where to go? It's like, you understand? I don't know if you understand.
Okay,
You
let me piggyback off of this. In my aspect, because she's in another field than I am, right? For instance, I'll call Gabby and I'll tell Gabby, I got 4 designs. One of these gonna hit. But which one do I spend my money on that's gonna take off? Because I've wasted so much money on everything else.
Yeah.
That's the sign that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then guess what? But she hasn't brought any out. because now she's waiting.
Because I'm nervous.
Because she's not. Do you get what? So now
Okay, yeah,
she's-
you
so
gotta
now
bring.
she's
You have option
stagnant.
to bring out.
Now
and
she's
then-
But see, I want him to say that poking out. That's what
No.
I want. Just give
No,
me
but you
that.
have to.
I know.
When you might make a mistake, she's not going.
I'm not God. Exactly.
She might even lead you astray.
That's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
saying,
How do you tell me?
what? No, you gotta tell him. God is gonna be that one.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What if
Yes.
you say no? I want this one.
Yeah.
And then, okay, in the process, you're gonna start seeing things like, oh, okay, maybe, do you get what I'm saying? In the process, before you even bring out that merchandise, things are not gonna go the way
You'll see
you're.
how they start to align.
Exactly. But if you're gonna wait, oh God, you're gonna be waiting for years if you
Yes.
wake up
That's the
and
problem that I'm having.
sister neglect. Let
I
me tell you something.
understand.
On YouTube, go on YouTube and type in like IT, blah, blah, learn. Because on YouTube, the other day, a lot of people they've learned, and they've gotten certificates and all these codings, and now they're making six figures. You're waiting for God to tell you, but they went on YouTube and researched.
No, the thing is, like, I have my certificate. And I have my, you know what I'm saying? And then that's what I feel like, okay, you know, like, I have my certificate. You guide me, you put, you know what I'm saying? Give me knowledge, you're able to get my certificate. Even if it's not IT, like, you know what I'm saying, for my healthcare, you know what I'm saying? I have patient tech. I've been working in a hospital. I came here, I transferred my license to California. I did the process. The application keep on going back to my people's house, like, oh no, we can't process it, but you got my money order for everything for the finger sticks, you know what I mean? But you keep on saying you cannot process my information. You understand what I mean? So it's like with stuff like, it's like, what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Which
what's,
one is it?
like, what's going on? Like, I'm applying. It's not like I'm not applying. I'm getting response. But it's like, when? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you know, I'm understanding like God's timing is His timing, and I'm trying to be positive in all this. You know what I'm saying? Even when I got like the prophecy, like the job is coming, but it's not like I'm not putting in work. I'm putting in work, but it's like, to win is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, here's the door. I open the door, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah, let me address something really fashion one, right? In 2007, I had this idea that I was going to have a fashion line, right? And I went to South Korea and I bought some, I actually designed a baseball cap, right, called strap figure. And the strap is in front, not in the back. You see how the strap's in the back? Mine was in front. I designed it, got a patent for it in the States, US patent. That took like 4 years to get, but I got the patent anyway. Went to Korea, had it manufactured. Oh no, I was stolen.
That's nothing that I'm telling you.
So I had a store.
I will hold it because people would see, they would get my design. Next thing you know, a year later,
They're
I'm like,
booming,
I
yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
I can name a lot of stuff that I've done,
I'll definitely have some
but
of
they
that.
have a name.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
if I'm holding on
Yeah,
to
for
these.
sure. you know, Dyson vacuum cleaner.
Uh-huh.
Honda stole their stuff for years. Eventually, they won this lawsuit. So it happens all the time. So,
Like, you said Adidas stuff.
so I had this store on 31st, on West Olympic Street. 31st, it's in this alley, just outside, on Wall Street. 31 was my place. So that is beautiful store. Well designed, beautiful. Went to Korea, bought this baseball caps, had a black bands, girls coming in and out. Store was fly. So in my head, my store was fly. Next to me is a guy called Kim, KWLA, that's his company. Sells bras, socks, pants. That's it. Bras, socks, pants. He makes 60 grand a month. I was paying 15,000. Oh no, I was paying 1,500 a month for my spot. He was paying 15,000 for his spot. At the service spot. Only selling bras on the way. And I went with him to South Korea. Went to Seoul. I said, show me where the action is. I flew down there. I didn't, black, they white, whatever. I didn't even look at that. I was focused on money. I went there, got them, and I met this guy called 5-4. The brand called 5-4, if you know. But, so, back to Shenzhen, all those guys were there to make their products. And someone told me on the plane that fashion business is 90% business, 10% fashion. So nobody cares how great your design is. When that baseball cap comes into LA, it's 24 hats, 12 hats in the box, It's $2 a piece. Each box is $24. You can put Michael Jackson's face on it. It doesn't matter what you put, rhinestones, sexiness, it's still $2 when it lasts, which is LA. So this hat, you make it for 99 cents in Korea, you fly it in here, it's $2. It doesn't matter how sexy it is, it's still $2. So my store, I'm producing a hat in Korea that costs $5. So when I flew in, it was dead on arrival. Because nobody's buying it for $5, no matter how pretty it is. So I didn't learn the business algorithm to do that business. I just had cool stuff. In 6 months I was down. Should have business in 6 months. I learned so much from that. Because now we live in a digital economy. So my process to you would be, I know Korean guy that sells just t-shirts. Like Heritage, Cotton Heritage, makes $1 million a year. Shaka t-shirts, Super, Pro Club gear. All those guys, they make $4-5 million a year. This crappy t-shirt. They don't, you know, plain, ain't Korean. So they don't want to have anything beautiful or sexy. They sell crap, just regular socks, making $2 million a year. So people are buying. That's what people want. People are buying 3 for $10, and then they go to the bank like this, right? And his wife wakes up 5 in the morning and prints t-shirts. Hollywood, LA, San Pedro. She prints it right there. I don't know, she makes 60 grand every month. I'm looking at her make 60K while I'm looking cool, bang, Kanye West and that. That's not it. That's not it. The business is not looking fresh. The business is moving merchandise. So for you, I would say this, right? You have all these experiences for a reason. God doesn't waste knowledge. So the knowledge you have is going to serve you for sure. Here's what I would do. I'll do some intimate research into what my brand. See, who's in that film? The founder about McDonald's or the creation. You seen the film? You seen the film? The founder. We should watch it soon. I know it's up to project people also to see. Yeah, Ray Kroc, right? So he was selling burgers, fries, and Coke for 25 cents. That was the business. So, but that was not the McDonald's business. McDonald's is in the real estate business.
It's land.
Land is what they. So you need someone to tell you what business you're in. That's what I realized about this life. You might be doing something clothes, doing this, doing that, and you think you're in business, but you're a business expert to come tell you, Aisha, stop. This is the business you're really into. Every time I see, I always think about skincare, right? So someone has to have the vision and look at you as a whole and define what you should be selling, what you should be doing, right? So the different aspects of that industry. But someone has to give you that specialized knowledge to understand. There's no Brother Polite. You know who knows Brother Polite? Brother Polite, Tariq Nasheed. Yeah. Right, sure. Yeah, so these guys, right, I pay them to have a conversation with them, to explain to me what industry I'm in, where the bag is. You need someone to look at. Accountants will tell you where the bag is. You see, so you might think you have the talent, yes. You have the gift, right? But someone will tell Lavette tomorrow where the real money is in her business. The minute she knows, she'll stop doing it. She just focuses on that other part. Like, there are many products that Apple has, but not all of them move the market. Some do, like, Apple ProBook. Nobody's using those things for the right reasons. They type it in an email with that. It's a machine that can change the world. Innovation in that machine is crazy. So because I'm supposed to try to engineer. I have the license from 06. I was trained to use the iPad before the iPad was made. Because Steve works 10 years ahead. So this technology is 10 years ahead. My point is this, right? Yours is easy. You just need the right connections, right? The right exposure to get what you need happening, right? And the more license you have, the more exposure you have. Like today, I got a call from Aflac. And they would tell me, Frank, your license will expire in 10 days. I have a life insurance license. Say, can we make some money with that license before it closes? I say, yeah, but I'm ready to make some money. Tell me what you have. Right? So she described all the jobs they have. I said, I like the district manager position. That sounds like right my fit. She said, we actually hire internally. I said, well, you're external now. You never spoke to me before. So when you called me, I'm trying to make breakfast. But I chose to speak to you. So make my conversation work. in the end, she recruited me and got me on pass on board with them right now, right? The money's not going to quit, but the point is, when you're qualified, opportunities will come for you. You get it? So you don't think there's a lack in that because you've done nothing to waste. It will come.
Yeah.
But the victor mentality is important. I'm winning. I'm supposed to have a victim. I want to win, victorious. You know, Nike is they got a victory, right? So you gotta always think victorious first. Once our mindset changes, then something else will happen. The mindset Obi has is, what if God doesn't do it? That mindset also needs to change a little bit, right? Because see, let's take. I went to some Ulster kids. I went to the house yesterday. And I looked at this guy's very handsome. Other guys. Are you telling me that the whole year passed and no chicks have said something to you guys about getting married or settling down? I said, no, he texted us. I said, listen, you can't phone me. You know John David, right? Washington.
Yeah.
You see how exactly so. You see how handsome he is, right?
Yeah.
And then 1 year will pass, 2 years will pass. You tell me, bro, you don't find my girlfriend. You know you're lying. You're lying right there. Somebody's talking to you, right? So I was trying to get them to think that listen, these women are coming and going. You gotta start talking to them because they may not have what you need now, but you have to look into the future to see where they are. Like you have to see the map, right? You know, my dad used to tell me, get married, get married, get married. I waited too long, but I didn't see his priority. I'm gonna get cash first. So that's just easy. I'm a man. What do you need cash for? Get married, bro. What's your problem? So, but I need to get my own cash. Right, so I'm trying to say that there's time for everything. Right, the knowledge that you gathered Alex, from everything you've done with Chloe is like, you know, DVF, what's her name? Right, she has that one dress, right? She wraps it around and it's a hit, right? Right, that's what she does.
That's what I'm saying. It took the right person, took exposure.
Right. So there's something that you would
Where
drop.
is the exposure?
You have the exposure. You do have the exposure. You're the best state in the world where anything can happen. The California is one place where anything can blow. It definitely can. You know, it sounds like it's not like there's delays around it,
It's delayed.
but it comes down to focus.
I'm beyond delayed. I'm
Yeah.
almost like.
You know what? See. There's a guy that said this. A rock can sell. I can sell this to you. A boring bottle of water. This can sell. If it doesn't sell, it's because I'm not sure it's enough people. Think about it. If it hasn't, outside my house, right? The kids are selling lemonade. The first day they were playing around. Next day they made $71. So I asked them a question. You guys set up 30 pieces of lemonade outside. None of you had a shower. You all look crazy. And you're making $61 right here. I said, okay, I'm going to invest. I would invest. I invested $15, bought 3 extra cans. And guess what? And I asked for $30 back. For real. No, I want to dump my money. For real, in the streets. And they paid me back $30. Yeah, I came out double. So next time I said, I'm going to invest even more. I realized something with lemonade, right? I realized that she said one guy bought 3 cups. 1 cup is $1. He bought 3 cups. Right? I bought iced tea for them. For Villa won't drink iced tea. It flopped. Nobody bought it. So I wasted my $4. He didn't even pay the money. They said, Dad, take your ice cream. It's boring. No one wants it. So, grandma bought some ice for them. What am I saying? In 2 weeks, they made about $200. Like, they won't send them a day. Some days they just won't sell. But it was so hot that people were buying them. The construction workers were buying them, but they had like 5 cups an hour. So they were carrying them fast. And everyone that was buying the lemonade was within 200 feet from the table. Chinese neighbor never talks to anybody. This guy, nobody like they keep. I almost went to them to say thank you to their houses. And then before the lemonade, Zoro started drawing some crappy drawings, like some little faces, like so crappy. And they sold it. They said they gonna sell it. I said no way. They said on the table the sold was crap. Dude, they were selling crappy drawings. So anything can sell. Anything can sell.
No, you're right. Anything can sell.
It just depends on what it is, right? So There's a guy that, kids that approach you at the grocery store for their football team. I always tell them, listen, man, I don't want the candy. I'm gonna give you $5, right? Just to support your team. Now they're like, yeah, we got cash out, we're gonna sell. Dude, dude.
When you're like, oh, I have no money.
So I gave this kid $10 to cash out, right? And then far away, I met his coach. Because what he went to him, he went to Ferguson. It wasn't the boy that stopped me, it was something. He said my coach name is Ferguson. So I paid him $10. So far away, it's like I see the guy, I see the Ferguson said, yes, for money. I said, no, bro, I just paid you $10. I'm Frank, I just sent you $10. He said, you're right, man. So they're really techie now. They're very techie. They want that money, So everything sells. Just approach, So I know it's gonna happen for you guys. In Jesus' name. Wrapping this up. Is there something else you want to jump on and say? I was gonna wrap it up, but it's 9:50, so I don't know if you guys know. How did you get into that business? Not the hair, but cosmetics and a million views. I know you dance crazy. I know you do some dance. You pop up. It's cool. Everybody, that's pretty good. It's funny.
Oh, how I eventually
Yeah.
into production.
Yes.
Oh,
Because I know you were braiding hair for a while before you turned the cameras on, right? So how did you make the transition to social media?
yeah, at some point, I think it was about 2 years.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
I'm gonna deviate a little bit from the question, but
Yes.
I'll end up in the
Okay, cool. Please do.
So, I want to say that prophets are human beings like us. Before God speaks to them, it takes a lot from them, not just. If you say, I heard you saying that God speaks to you, I know you will understand where I'm going. It takes, you gotta deprive yourself of a lot of things. A lot. To keep being in contact and in communication with Him. It's not easy. So sometimes it's important when, if you're a prophet, I know you're a prophet. If you don't say anything to me, I want to be quiet. Because no prophet wants to keep your message. They want to say it exactly the way they got it. But in a situation where I come to you and like, I was told that I would get a miracle. And I was told it's 6 months. What is going on? It's pressure. You don't want anyone to say something because you're pressuring them. Just be calm. If you feel like something should be said to you and it's not being said, tell God. Give that message so that they will give it to you. You understand? So that's it. Last 2 years, last 3 years ago, I was stranded, confused. I've met God before, so I refused to give up. I kept coming close. I was stranded, confused, and then a prophet that doesn't even know me will scream. God has something for you. Because then that I'm talking about, I don't even have a job. I didn't even know that I would read, because I read accountancy. So I graduated with good grades in the university. So I was, thinking differently. So this prophet said to me, because I tried to get a job here and there, and they'll be like, oh, you have a baby? Oh, Oh, you have a baby, and I don't even have money for this. This prophet says, the Holy Spirit standing around here say, if you can forgive those who has so much wronged you, the blessings of God hanging above your head will come down. This prophet did not say I wronged him. This prophet said, those who wronged me, I have to forgive them to get my own blessing again. Like you did something wrong to me,
Yeah.
and what you did to me is keeping me from getting my blessing. Do you see this situation?
Yes.
In public, it was about 100 and something people there. And then the prophet said, are you ready to forgive? In my mind, I'm like, this person doesn't even know what they did to me, and she's talking about forgiveness. I openly said no. And everybody in the church was like, who?
Yeah, serious.
When they say who, I'm looking at their face like, oh wow, they don't even know what's up. They don't even know what. It's like somebody wronged you. This one is wrong. There's no forgiveness for it in my mind. And she's not the first person that said it to me. In Nigeria, a Reverend Father said, you have to forgive. I looked at the Reverend Father like, did he even hear what I was talking about? And I don't say like, okay, I'll forgive and go over. I said no. I told the Reverend Father, oh, God want me to forgive? No. I left. So, but do you know this prophet said, when I said no, everybody was looking. Oh, we didn't know she dissed me. The prophet said, the Holy Spirit that is still standing said, I should ask you, what shall we do to an unforgiving spirit? That is me. Look at me, judging me for not wronging anybody, but judging me for not forgiving. So I'm going to be punished for not forgiving somebody. I don't know if you see this situation.
Yeah, no, I see.
Like I couldn't get it. I was confused. Somebody wronged me and you're going to punish me for that? Oh my God. So they said they are waiting for the answer to come from me. I said, me? Say, yeah. What do we do to an unforgiving spirit? I started crying because I couldn't pass judgment on myself. I wouldn't say kiss unforgiving spirit. That's a lie. After crying, they were waiting for me. I made up my mind. And then I said in my soul, I will forgive. Then I told the prophet, have mercy on her. And as I said, have mercy on her. And then she asked again, will you forgive? I cried out loud. And then I said, if it pleases God, I forgive today. And then I called those, after the prayer, I called those who I felt dealt with me on the phone. I say, on the day like this, I forgive you because it pleases God. On the day like this, they didn't understand what I was doing. They thought I was ranting. Because one of them was like, oh, no, the person wouldn't even let me finish. I was inside the church. I forgive you because, and since that day, if anybody even calls me to say, I know I wrote, before you even finish, say, I forgive you because it pleases God. You know why? Because the moment I did that, 3 days later, I got a job of braiding. In a place where they also give like teach. So I was braiding and I was acquiring knowledge. You get that? I already know how to braid professionally in Nigeria, but Nigerian way of braiding is a little different from America. That's what I'm saying about God's blessing. When it's God, it comes perfect. I don't want to talk forever. I'll just cut it short. So, I got a job because I forgave. So, from that day, I started realizing that if your friend wore your, ladies, they do it when they live together, your shoe or your slippers, and damaged it and say, didn't tell you. You were like, you did this again, don't try it again. The next time she did it, you'll be like, you're mad at the person, you're not going to forgive. Instead of not forgiving, having that anger, to me, it's better to just move away. Forgive. Set your soul free. Forgive. Unforgiven spirit can deprive you even the blessing that you already holding. Because you remember in our prayer, we always say, our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. There's a part that says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespassed against us. Do you pay attention?
Yes.
You're talking to him. Do you see what you're saying?
Yeah.
You're not saying, I will forgive those who trespass against us. That means you're telling him that everyone who have wronged you, that you always forgive them. That is what you've been doing all your life. And if you're not doing it and you sit down saying that prayer, you are even committing. You are committing a crime there. That right that moment. As that to me is lying. Looking at him in his face and saying, as we forgive those. Who do you think you're deceiving? And then you turn around and tell your neighbor, look at her. But you just told him, as we you think he is. To me, like, he doesn't see that you are not doing what you're saying. So that's it. So this same prophet, when I started doing it, from that day I was like, because it's just 3 days and I got the job. I was looking at the prophet like, oh my God, what is this? You understand? I didn't tell her, but at the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, God is right here. You understand?
Yeah.
Sometimes we fall out of grace,
Yes.
but it takes prayer to come back in. It happens to even pastors.
Yes.
You understand? Because we don't, he is our boss. We are not his boss. He can leave us when we do something and then we keep screaming, don't leave me, I'm here. You understand? We follow. So this same prophet again says, you will make, I can't remember the word exactly, but she said, you would be, the Lord said that you will make, I don't know, I can't just prophesy about products. I was thinking about it, but I'm like, it's too many products on the market. You can find a lot of products, even the best. I'm like, you this African girl, come and produce products in America. Man, just forget about it. So that's how I was doing it. And then prophecy came out of nowhere without me mentioning products. I was like, okay, products, here we come. So that's how I started going about products. Okay? And we all know the prophets I'm talking about. It's IJ. She doesn't know, she doesn't need to know. Because she probably won't remember. Do you understand? She won't. It's not product, she won't. So, like I say, we are all women. Even pastors fall out and fall in. But I knew right then that God was speaking, because she actually said, God said he has a job for you in 3 days. I'm like, hold on. This person, I have a baby that is barely 4 months, and somebody's telling me I'm gonna get a job in 3 days. No, that must be some magic. I kept watching to see what's gonna happen, and exactly on the 3rd day. But I wasn't watching like sleeping.
That's good. How were you watching?
I was watching with Psalm 121. With all the anger of those forgiveness that I left, I put it inside Psalm 121. If you have said I should forgive, Nuba, show your face. That was it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you keep talking.
No, I know it's closing time.
No, I'm looking up the song.
That's not
I'm on the Bible.
That's the one that talk about my help come from the mountain. Where's my help come from? I look up to the. I know that's because I pray.
If you know it, once you're going to the church,
You keep talking because
forget his name. I might have heard his name before, but I don't keep it in my mind. I'm looking for somebody here. and it's God. So when I'm entering here, first of all, I will stand and say, God, where decent people are. See my savings, don't kick me away, just let me come in. Do you understand? Sometimes when I come in, I'll be like, let me just touch and take some of the blessings that you put. I will go home. I feel good. I'm honest, I'm being honest. I feel good. If Uju, is it Uju? Uju, I think it's Uju's name. She will always, when I'm praying, she'll be laughing. I'm talking to my father. You're laughing. I don't even. So it is what it is. I had it in mind, but I was confused as I was praying and going on. And then the next thing I heard from a prophet, product. I was like, oh wow, product. That's how I started producing products. And by the grace of God, my product is not just here in America presently. It's because people in Nigeria, they were like, oh, how do we get it? Facebook do not allow us to get it. Because of people in UK, they pay like $60 for shipping. So compare it to people in Nigeria, it will be a lot. So presently is in Nigeria, in Jumia. So people in Nigeria can get it. And it's not me. Look at me from head to toe. Do I look like somebody that can do that? It is He that is leading me.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, I just thank God for everything.
Amen. Thank you so much. Father, we thank you for today. Thank you for the knowledge you've laid in us. Thank you for the beginning. We talked about having a mindset that could do things for Christ, to God, to show that we love Him, to speak His love language. We transcended from there, transition into business and our issues with respect to movements and limitations and increase. We thank you for all these things in Jesus' name. We pray that the Holy Spirit activates the things in our hearts, gives us a sound mind, a sound prospects, sets up success and increase in our lives, gives us sound wealth and health. In Jesus' name I pray. Lead us back home safely, Father. As we leave your presence, stay within us. We come back to you on Sunday and Friday. Please stay with us in Jesus' name I pray. May your name be blessed and exalted. May the grace of Jesus Christ, the Lord of God, Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, be with us and Amen. If you want to drop that offering, envelopes up there and handle your business.